You gotta be the most popular person on Instagram. Head honcho influencer.
So,
Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah,
well,
Head honcho influencer.
yeah, man. I need that kind of. I need that kind of clout. Where I get a country to change their own rules. They abide by.
damn,
So that I can come over there and make as much money as I feel like and do whatever I want.
is he playing over there? Did he go there to play? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he went
So
over
he's
there.
not just chilling. Not just
No, he
taking a
doesn't.
break.
Yeah.
No, he's there working.
He's making them money in return,
Mhm.
playing for their league.
Okay.
But Amici, you can speak more to this. Why else is it? Was the only reason why Cristiano moved money, or is there other league issues? Like I'm hearing the PGA and this new golf league are battling, and the PGA is really conservative, so a lot of young golfers are going with this new league. Is that the same thing going on in the soccer world, or did he just go for the money?
It's most. I think it's mostly the money for him, but it's a stupid amount of money, like way more than anybody else is making. And they want the sort of exposure and hey, here's the most popular person in the world playing in our league, and it's going to boost their profile, and they want to get the World Cup, I think, in 2030. So that will help their bid, having him there, and he can. I think that's probably part of it too, promoting and helping with their bid. Even if they say no, he'll be sort of an ambassador type figure for them. But yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Who's the most popular person?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
He has like 250 million people.
I don't know who that is.
Him.
Soccer.
Yeah.
You're an American, so that's not. We're the only country that doesn't really
soccer.
know who that guy is.
I've heard of soccer.
Yeah, he's a soccer player.
Yeah, Cristiano, man.
Was he in a movie or something?
He looks like a guy from Young and the Restless playing soccer.
Why Young and the Restless? Daytime TV.
That's what he looked like.
Daytime TV soap opera star. And that terrible statue. I don't know who did that. Remember that awful statue?
And that statue's been there for a minute. Been there at least 10 years.
Oh
yeah, it's not getting replaced. That shit.
No.
That dude, man. So
a lot in their resume.
But to bring you into the story, Antoine, Cristiano Ronaldo has more followers than the Kardashian. I don't know if she has been more over everybody. You know who Booby is, Mama. Don't try to play me. Long story short, he's in the league in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is a Islamic country, I believe. And there are stiff rules about certain things like having a woman, shacking up with a woman that you're not married to. Other rules they have, like, they're not big on drinking, smoking, none of that stuff. So I'm sure if the World Cup was in Saudi Arabia in 2030, some people will be pissed, or there'll be another headline about, is it going to be a dry World Cup? Is it going to be et cetera, et cetera? So Cristiano Ronaldo is so powerful and famous and influential to what they're trying to do that the news headline is reporting how his girlfriend is getting attention for staying in Saudi Arabia with him, who he has kids with. Which makes this funny to me. Me and my wife were having a conversation, and she pointed out that, she thought it was interesting that instead of marrying her, he chose to ask the government to give him an exception to let his girlfriend stay. Because if you marry her, it would not be breaking the law. But instead, he doesn't want to marry her. He just needs her to stay with him so she can raise the kids while he's making billions of dollars playing soccer. to me, that was what made him win the Can't Tell Us Not award. At least to get my vote. It's like, come on, man. That's some shit, man. What do you
So
say?
he says either my girlfriend stays in your country with me, or I don't play for you. Is that how it came down?
I'm sure something like that. I can't say about the details, but the optics are, and I'm trying to speak as much honestly I know about it. I know that culturally they've been having a lot of issues with women, and they're
Put it lightly. Yeah.
Trying to liberate the women over there. So I don't know if this is a long game play for I think her name is Georgina, Cristiano's girlfriend. This is a long-term play for Saudi Arabia to try to liberate their women, saying, you guys can do anything. We're letting Cristiano's girlfriend do some things. Or is it just a political straight play of, hey, he could do it, but if any other women try to do this, we whipping in the streets, cutting heads off, disappearing people, allegedly. So, yeah,
Allegedly.
I want to bring that. Like, so what do y'all think about that, man? You think,
for some reason, for me, it rings like back when baseball was an all-white sport, and they found a black dude who was like really good at it. I'm like, you know what, this black guy could play. And then they found another one, like, what, that guy black. Now all of a sudden, all sorts of people in baseball. This could be the first of many, right? Like, they just need this couple to be successful, to be really good at what he does, and to allow another one and another one, and the next thing you know,
so
everybody's got
get
girlfriends.
more soccer players with girlfriends.
More soccer players with girlfriends.
more soccer players with girlfriends.
I wonder.
That's what it reads to me.
But it will challenge their government.
But wait, I wonder if there are other soccer players who, had the same offer to play, but they had girlfriends, but they're like, no, you can't be together, and they got married. Like, what does that say about your ability to play? Like, Ronaldo is so much better that they change the rules for him, but they force you to like get married. What if there's like a soccer player who like under duress is like, come on, get married, because I gotta go over here and make money, and now he's married because he's not as popular, or I guess as good.
Yeah.
Do you think he's mad about getting married? Is that what you're saying?
Probably. I mean, if he knew that the option existed, if he knew that
forced by the government of Saudi Arabia to get married, it's probably a little bad.
Wait, I could have just had my baby mama over here, and
right? If he'd have just waited,
got a wife,
and went after
Right.
Cristiano Ronaldo. If he waited and let Ronaldo be the first one to go through, But I mean, I can't imagine that's the only soccer player they've ever courted, to come over and play. It's probably about a handful of dudes that had to get married in order to go there to play, so that their wives, or girlfriends at the time had to come.
Or players that's already there that they said, hey, we aware you have a girlfriend, you need to get married. And they're like, what? And they get married. Now he comes over eating the freshest grapes and apples with his girlfriend, just sitting everywhere. She's everywhere too, Instagramming everywhere in front of all of those oppressed women over there.
Marina says, but the way they've been together over 5 years and have kids, but that won't even make him get married. Something's up.
That's what I said. He has like 9 kids with this girl. You coming over to Saudi Arabia with me? Y'all, we ain't just boyfriend and girlfriend. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not.
Yeah, I would think you should probably get married just for the protections in that country. I don't know if what his state is a visa or something, but I don't want to take chances. I don't.
Yeah,
know how girlfriends get treated here.
Exactly.
But I mean, if they're willing to change the rules for you, I'm sure you're fine.
Oh my god!
Don't have to worry about anything. I'm sure they can do whatever they
It'd
want.
be like the Adidas deals, take his girlfriend away if you start doing things you don't like.
Hey, it's possible. Shoot, it's possible.
You have good enough girls. Yeah.
You're talking about a government that has so much money I'm sure they could do things. I mean, what is Portugal going to do? Go to war with Saudi Arabia over him? I don't know, because he, you know. But no, I think he probably has the Saudi Arabian police has detailed privately for him, and because of that, they're probably allowed to do whatever they want within reason. But it made me laugh. It's like, wow, I don't know if that's progress or if that's some. Nah, I'm not getting married. You're gonna have to change this law.
That's I don't know. It just shows us how much religion and human beings' interpretation of religion is just really based on the capriciousness of the human. If they want him to play, it doesn't matter. How does something that matters so much not matter?
Not matter.
When you want something, when you want something,
Because,
from it. Why? But that's humans. That's why I say.
Are you saying there's some sort of Airbud rule in the book where, like, let's look at the book again? Oh, there's nothing in here that says a dog can't play basketball.
Yes.
Look at that.
your Airbud defense is off.
The Airbud defense. Yes. Well, the
They
rules
just have to
don't say
interpret the
that.
rules a certain way. And,
Yeah.
Oh.
There's no Saudi Arabian rule that says Cristiano Ronaldo can't bring his
Because his name has
It says
the man is from Portugal. Or Peru, what was it?
Portugal.
He was from Portugal. And he has a girlfriend. They've been together 5 years. There's nothing in here that fits that criteria.
I'd say let him in. Crazy, man. So yeah, that was my laugh. Shout out to Cristiano Ronaldo and Georgina.
You get John's Can't Tell Us Nothing award. Way to kick off 2023, giving away the award.
Yeah.
Some sort of animation for that.
Yeah.
Super late in the show, but this is the Can't Tell Us Nothing show, everybody.
Hey.
Welcome to the new year. Thank you for rocking with us, Benitas, Shauna, Marina. Thank you for hopping in chat. Hello there. Thank you for tuning in. In this show, we take opinions, discussion topics, turn in improv scenes around the spot. I feel like this thing is in front of my mouth a whole lot. Yeah, we're out of Houston, Texas. We do improv in Houston, around the country. We do live shows. We had one not too long ago, a live show at Station.
Yeah.
Fun times. Come out if you're in town. But yeah, so just wanted to get that out of the way. Anyway, go on with the soccer man. You said they changed a rule in their government?
Yeah.
What
Talk
was
about it, John?
Do you know like what the rule was that they changed?
I have to look up specifically, but it's basically like a no shacking rule. Women are supposed, if you're not married, you're not supposed to be living with another man outside of your family, etc. And I mean, they're paying him a lot of money, and I guess he's in the future of Saudi Arabia. So they allowed him and his girlfriend of over 5 years to come over, live with them, and that rule not be applied to them.
I like to think that they're like conservative parents, and they're like, well, you can have a girl over, but you gotta leave the door open. Okay, you can't close this door while she's over here.
Yeah.
I don't want any hanky panky.
I don't think. Did y'all see? Did y'all watch? Is it Raimi? Watch his series on Hulu that came up, I think, in season 1.
I seen the pilot. I saw the pilot.
When he goes to Egypt, and it's just so messed up because he ends up having a tryst with his cousin that he, just met when he went there. But anyway. They were in like the same hotel room, but there was this big thing about like she had to sneak in there, and then there was a man who worked in the hotel who was snooping around, and then kind of caught them in the room together, or her coming out of the room. It was like, I knew you weren't married. So I guess there's this, a really a serious law or rule about not, unmarried people sharing the same bedroom, maybe sharing a like John said, living living together. So,
Mhm.
it doesn't matter for him, but it matters for everybody else, which is so
And
messed up.
see, and that's the downfall. I think my prediction, that's going to be the chink in their armor. You can't, that's an exception to me
Yep.
that, the young people in that country are going to, who are loving Cristiano, they're not going to ignore that. And then it's going to influence them to do things likewise, Could be a whole bunch of little girlfriends in Saudi Arabia.
Call it Cristianoing.
The Cristiano.
What else do you think he could get away with? Like, just because he's him? Like, could he go before the government and say, that rule is stupid? Everybody, we're all adults here.
I don't think he can insult the prince and the family because they got a lot of money, man. Like that family they can do some things. So I don't think they will let him get away with that personally. But I'm sure he can get away with a lot of stuff. I'm sure that's not the only dirty thing he's doing. He's probably getting drunk in public, all kinds of shit. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you're gonna let that happen, then I believe you're gonna let him do everything. Crack, all of that. I don't think he does crack. He looks like he's pretty healthy. But it begs me to ask the question, do you think that there's a point where you can be so great at something that you don't deserve to follow the rules like other people? That's the core of that. Do you feel like, and I don't mean that politically, I mean that like honestly, if you were at the top of your game like him, dominating in the space like him, top 5 arguably athletes, you could argue, of all time, and people are making that exception, do you think your ego will fall victim into allowing those bending and breaking of the rules? Do you think it's just the name of the game, or do you feel like you have the capacity to withstand the temptation of even something like that? Seaton, asking Seaton, and people in the group comments, mainly Seaton though. What y'all think?
Yes. All right. Next question. No, I'm kidding.
Absolutely.
I mean, this group on this video is at the top of their game improv wise, and you haven't let it corrupt you, as far as I know. So I think that's a good indicator that we have a solid moral compass that guides us through our success. Absolute power corrupts absolutely, right? Like, what is your power is kind of what it sounds like. I know you said it wasn't political, but it sort of gets political once you talk about what you can get away with, because it's about who you can influence, who you can assuage, who you can bribe. That gets political. But I like to think if anybody's willing to try it with me, if you want to make me super successful and powerful just to see if I get corrupted, I am down for that.
I am too. Yeah,
I think we can do a group experiment with that. Yeah. Everybody wants to finance that. Sure.
Give it a shot.
Yeah, Stanley Milgram's experiment. That's what it reminds me of. I think most people will fall victim to it. But here's another funny thing I read. Snoop Dogg was supposed to perform in Dubai, very close. And the reason why he's never performed over there is because they won't give him the concession to allow him to smoke weed as he's known for wherever he goes. So he chose not to go and perform over there. Whereas, if Cristiano has more political influence, he gets the concession, which I would think would probably be way more, I don't know, more, I think it would be to me, I don't know if it's a bigger rule, but to me, I think it carries a little more weight culturally, I guess. It's a little bit more risky, I would say.
Yeah. Does any like religious text talk about the evils of drugs versus like the evils of infidelity? Because you get a whole lot of
only
alcohol, but nobody goes into detail about about what we would consider drug abuse, or because all the drugs exist, it's just the abuse of the drugs that's the
So
problem.
what you're saying is he should have used the airbud defense and he didn't use it.
That's what it sounds like.
He didn't.
It doesn't say anything about
The bud defense.
I think it's just more laws. There are probably more things that people point to that are a sin or a problem that govern women's bodies, or the use of women's bodies, or how women use their own bodies. So yeah, so I was like, the drug thing, whatever you got, but the being in a bedroom with somebody you're not married to, that's just okay.
One thing I think I would do if I had the time and the influence is actually read the text and then bring it up to them. Any sort of contradictions or old school verbiage that they probably don't agree with anymore. It says here in the thing. Get real nerdy with them.
They ready for that.
I was gonna say, yeah.
I'm sure
people are.
Yeah, you'll get paddled with some sticks. And you saw it trying to,
but I'm powerful. I thought I was powerful in this scenario. Yeah.
Okay.
There's always limitation, because with power is also risk and danger. The guy, what's this guy named from Alibaba, the billionaire guy who spoke out. He was going on a tear, speaking out against the CCP about how he didn't like whatever they were doing. Man, he got missing. Nobody knew where he was for like 4 months. And he was like one of the wealthiest people in China, in the world. Very vocal, very charismatic. I forgot the guy's name. But yeah, government just had a little sit down with him. No one talked to him publicly or seen him for 4 months. That's serious power. If that happened to Cristiano Ronaldo, right? Like, that would get everybody in Saudi Arabia back in line. They're like, they just shut his whole thing down.
Have you heard of sudden Russian death syndrome?
No.
It was a story I heard the other day where apparently a bunch of Russian either like political people or rich people who've been critical of the government or of Putin have died in mysterious ways, usually by falling out of a window or down some stairs or being poisoned.
Or accidentally having a knife cut their throat.
Yeah, falling on a knife or something.
Falling on a knife.
Yeah, and the article dubbed it sudden Russian death syndrome.
I'm not trying to catch that shit either. No. Yeah.
Especially the guys who, like, they've been sick with something else. They go to a hospital. They're in a hospital. And they fall out of the hospital room window. Like,
How did that?
What?
That's not what I was here for.
That sounds like some Final Destination shit going on.
I don't even think hospital windows are supposed to open like that.
No. I have never seen one open.
Yeah. Maybe they're built like that in Russia specifically.
There's a specific window for pushing people out of the hospital.
Sudden Russian death syndrome.
That's cold.
It is cold because people died.
That's cold. You said that's cold because people died.
Yeah, man.
But it's the brazen nature, right? Like, this is I was surprised when I heard the story, because it's like this old school way of doing things, right? Like, people falling out of windows in the year 2022 or whatever it was. That's how you take people out.
We come to the hospital. Hey, nurse.
Yes.
Yeah. I have a question about my hospital room. I saw on the door it's called the Russian suite.
Yes.
And my window's open. I'm really cold in here. I didn't know hospital rooms had windows that you could open.
Yeah, that's why we call it the Russian suite. You know how cold it is there. Our windows open and close very easily. Most of the time they just kind of spring open, and a lot of times people get cold in here, so we just call it the Russian room. I hope that these extra blankets here on the side can help you keep warm.
Well, I'm here because I have pneumonia, and
yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if this is the best place for me right now.
Your treatment just started, so we don't know how things are going to go yet. So it's really best that you stay in this room, and then once we get a good feel for exactly the disease process and how you are relating to that and even relating to us, then we may be able to make some changes. But initially we like to start most people off in the Russian suites, just because.
Okay, you said relating to you, so do I need to be nice to you guys so I get better treatment? Is that what you're saying?
Do you?
I mean, I'm sorry, I was a little bit critical about hospital food when I rolled in here.
Yeah, we heard that. We heard that coming down the hall. Which is why there are 2 windows in this room. Some of our rooms just have 1. But we just figured, we give you time to acclimate, get used to the place, and figure out how things go here.
Okay. Great. I also haven't been fed all day. I don't know if it's was that because I was critical.
That was because you were critical. Food. The chef in the cafeteria. I mean, we've got a pretty, people talk around here, so word got back.
So you guys have a chef?
Yeah, we've got a chef, and
excuse me, I'm here to shave the patient.
The patient. Okay, Hugo. Good. Yeah, it's shaving time. Yeah, he's gonna shave you down. He's gonna shave you down.
I'm here because I have pneumonia. Not. I don't think I need to be shaved.
What, you don't want to get shaved? Why not? Why do you want that hair on your body?
I don't know. I just had it for a long time. I don't really think about it.
Hey, look, I've been doing this a long time. Okay, I know what I'm doing. I know how to shave a person. All right. If you don't think I can do what I was born to do, that's rather insulting. Actually, you don't think I can do what I can do?
I mean, maybe you do, but that doesn't mean anything to me. I mean, look at your tools. You're going to shave with. Those are the things they used to shave gyros in Mediterranean restaurants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is how I do it. I actually use this with the chef a little bit earlier today to shave a gyro down in the.
Okay, yeah, I can see there's grease on there right now. Yeah,
well, that's fine. I'm not going to cut you.
Yeah,
I'm not going to cut
easily. You. Hugo, you don't have to defend yourself. We know you're capable. You're a wonderful hospital shaver. We're just gonna let our new patient here kind of take in how everything goes here. This is how it goes, Mr. Paul. You have a lot of questions, and we're really not used to people asking questions or questioning our methods here.
I do have a lot of questions. I like to know how things work, and I'm some people can say I criticize things a lot, but so what?
Let me push his bed. I'm gonna push his bed closer.
Let me help you.
Let me help you
push it to the
air. Yeah,
I don't want to be close to the window.
Let me tell you, when you're shaved completely, the wind from this window feels amazing. All right, we don't have all that hair in the way. That's when it really. Trust me on this, okay? So I'm just gonna go ahead and sharpen this up. You can just strip on down, and we'll get started.
Hugo's the best. How about you need another blanket there? Looks like you're shivering a little bit.
I mean, I do, but these blankets are kind of old and itchy. I don't mean to complain about them, but I'm just being honest.
My grandma made those blankets.
These are antique.
Like when?
Hospital grade. Oh wow.
This one clearly hasn't been washed in a long time.
Let me sit him up on the side of the bed. I think laying down, he's he's just.
I think it's messing with his mood.
It is.
Okay,
let me go ahead and close these blinds at the other end of the side, the other side of the room here.
That'd be great, Hugo.
It's too bright in the hallway, obviously.
Okay, you just sat me on the edge of the window here. I could fall out at any point.
You're just getting some good breezes on your back. I think that's going to help the lungs. expand and fill and help you with this pneumonia that you're dealing with.
She's one of the best nurses we got. Listen to her.
Uh-huh.
She's one of the best nurses you guys have at this hospital. Say the bar must not be very, very high for quality of care.
I'm gonna step out and I'm gonna go get my manager.
He for sure is gonna push him out that window.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Some good air. Yeah, I wonder how it went. Like, was the person just like laying there, or were they roughing them up beforehand and they knew it was coming, or were they just like, hey, oh, it's time for you to go to CT scan. Here, let's slide you over to this stretcher, and they just slid them out the window. Like, did you think you were gonna have something good and then something bad happened, or was it just like you just knew it was happening?
Oh, how much theatrics were put into it? Are you saying they come in on like a room service with a big food thing, or was it just a couple of roughnecks kick down the door?
Oh, yo, couple of guys just look like they have no business being in the hospital. Blacked out, just beating his ass and throwing him out.
I was thinking of this movie, I think earlier today, and I want to say that this scene was from this movie. You guys remember the movie Romeo Must Die?
Yes.
Watch it.
Jet Li, Aaliyah, Anthony Anderson.
Her brother got thrown out.
Exactly. Yes. In the very beginning of the movie, you see like they're in this room, like a hotel room or something. There's like a knock at the door, and cut to two people breaking through the glass, falling out of a window. I don't know. I vividly remember that scene because they fall for like a long time, and I think it's the water.
Yes.
Yeah. You just see like a dude in like a silk robe, it's like falling through the air.
Yeah.
That's weird. I was thinking about that movie earlier today, just randomly.
Oh wow!
That also reminds me of that documentary about the nurse that was going around killing people. I couldn't watch the whole thing because it was too upsetting. That he just kept getting transferred hospital to hospital after all these complaints and all these other things pointing to him, and he was walking around just killing patients, man. That's crazy. Crazy.
Like accidentally or what?
On purpose.
On purpose.
On purpose. Sicko.
Why?
Absolute power corrupts absolutely. If the state gives you medication, gives you the power or the ability to administer medications, you're supposed to, the moral compass and following the rules make you follow, right? What is dictated in terms of what you should do and what you should know when you do it. But if you don't have that and you got the power to just go in there and get some propofol and just shoot it into somebody's IV without, and just put them to sleep permanently. I'm not that sick, but apparently that nurse was.
That dude was sick, man. He top 5. He's up there with the guy that was, sexually harassing and assaulting the gymnast girls.
Oh yeah, Dr.
They got those two.
Doctor.
Yeah, they're on the Mount Rushmore of assholes, I guess.
It's so sick to kill a sick person, right? If somebody's alive and well, you're like, it ain't right. But it's like it could have been a fair fight, right? You could have, everybody dropped everything down, whatever. But somebody that's incapacitated or sick and you do that, you just, and that's psychopath stuff. That's killing kittens. That's that's that same thing. That's you're supposed to go somewhere. You ain't supposed to be around.
And what was sad is they don't know exactly how many people that he did that to, and it was a lot of people that they found, but it was probably hundreds and hundreds of people he's done that to.
Think about that. You got 5 patients on a good day. You got 5 patients a day. You working 3 days a week. right? If you're doing 312s, I'm saying 5. That's conservative. If you got like discharges and admissions, you could have, let's say, 7, 3 days a week. How many weeks in a year? You've been doing that for years. Everybody ain't died, but enough of them did.
Yeah.
That's just horrible.
Yeah. My wife's been watching a lot of Grey's Anatomy lately. It's one of her comfort shows, and it's tough for me to get into the mentality of that sort of like a bad day at work is someone died, right? Like that's hard. That's hard compared to my quote unquote bad day at work, right? And that's not even like, it's not even like, oh, because of a mistake you made to kill someone, you're bye-bye, you'll never do this again. It's like, oh, you'll get it next time. two more deaths.
Yes.
Then maybe we'll put you on some sort of performance plan. Like
Yes.
the possible leniency.
Right.
It's a tough industry.
Yeah.
It's a tough industry. They need people working there.
Yeah. And it's not reasonable to think that you can land every plane in the health field, right? Like it's not, some people will inevitably not make it. It's not a one-to-one thing, right? It's not, oh, I give you the medicine. There's no way you can die if I give you this treatment. So in one sense, I can understand how there's more leniency, but there's also a lot of documentation. There's a lot of systems and programming to make sure everybody is communicating, all that kind of stuff, right? So
get a reaction out of Tandy.
Look at C-Ton sounding like my job. Look at C. We got a show that just sound like work.
I'll tell you, when my wife had her emergency C-section last time, I saw it in real action. I saw like the chaos of the 20 people coming in the room, talking over each other, but still having to capture information, all that stuff. And I was like, okay, there's actual method to this, even though it sounds bananas. But I was still like keeping my eye on the ball, meaning my wife and baby, because you never know, like they're human. Somebody could have got cussed out or broken up with right before they came in to deliver a baby and decides to, shoot something in the IV that day. You know what I mean?
But there's no but. I think in addition to those types of mistakes, I think a lot of we call them sentinel events, when somebody is negatively impacted by the treatment or care. It could be death, it could be permanent disfigurement, it could be whatever that changes your life. A lot of them are not necessarily about giving wrong medications. A lot of them about missing signs of like a decline in health or a change in status. So there's it's more intricate than just that. Oh, I'm just whatever. There's so many variables. There's so many.
Andy, do you think robots could do it?
Never. Never.
Robots have a lot of sensors. They have a lot of things that they can track, light sensors, oxygen sensors.
They will never be able to program a robot to pick up on the human aspect of something just ain't right. Robots, I don't know that robots can ever get that. Humans, we call it the sixth sense. I don't know how a robot can be programmed for that, because we talk with nurses, and I promise you, it's like there's just something about this that's not right, and it's a feeling. It's maybe how they sound. There's just something. Many times, and you're like, this ain't right. I need to call the doctor, or let me ask this question, and then all this stuff cascades down, and you're like, oh, now I know what I need to be dealing with, and who I need to contact. I don't think robots are ever going to get that. You could tell a robot, I'm fine. How you doing today? I'm fine. And a robot can just take that answer, right? But, you say it to another person, you're like, wait a minute. There's something about how you said fine, that what's really going on, right? So I don't think robots are going to get that. You're not going to convince me. You're not going to convince me.
And you got to train the patients to be able to give the information or be in a position to get information.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you've ever witnessed people who are sick. They are not compliant.
Sir. Sir. Why I gotta tell you all this? I just told the person back here why I'm here. Why do I have to tell you the exact same thing I just told this person back here?
People don't like talking to a robot on the phone for a bill. They damn sure ain't gonna talk to a robot in pain.
People don't even like using self checkout.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some people don't like that. They ain't about to be talking to an AI doctor. There's gonna be so many people pissed off and so much money wasted that over something that could work too. It's just human beings are not ready to give away like that. Not this country, at least.
I think for routine checkups and very straightforward diagnosis, you could have a robot do that stuff. I think you could. Sure, there's some stuff more that has more nuance to it, but even humans could miss that. Like you said, they could have a bad day.
Yeah,
it would have to be in tandem too. Because would you trust a robot diagnosing and treating Tony without any human intervention? You know, if he's wrong, if the robot is wrong, then what do you do? How do you escalate? Do you go to the company? Do you go to this program or configuration? There's so many areas of malpractice that you would probably never get your malpractice because it'd be like, oh, the robot is 99.98% accurate. We don't know what happened, right? There's always going to be a human component, in my opinion, at least for the next 50 years. But when the new kids who grow up with AI everywhere, I think they'll be a lot more available to, you know, getting tests and all that stuff from robots. Me, I think of the low income population. How are they gonna? You think they're gonna?
We're talking about robots taking jobs now. Is that where we're going?
No. I'm just think of the low income population being served by robots.
It'd be much cheaper.
It'd be cheaper financially, maybe up front. I don't know about the headaches that you will get dealing with them after. Just, I'm going back to my call center example. I just feel like you'll have to have a call center for hospitals to field all of the requests coming from the AI doctors and the population.
we cut to a manager's office where a manager is talking to one of the robots on staff. Okay, XJ3, listen.
I'm listening.
We've gotten quite a few letters of feedback regarding patients' interactions with you.
Have they been submitted to my processing?
No, they haven't been submitted.
Please scan the letters.
Okay. All right. Fine. XJ3.
You can just show them to my sensors, my visual sensors.
Okay.
Zoom. All right.
All right.
I have read that one. Zoom. I have read that one. Zoom. I've read that one. Thank you so much.
That was 3. So you have the same information I have now, and we're getting a lot of feedback that your approach or the patients are feeling comforted by your words, even though you're saying, I hope you feel better. Thank you for choosing us as for your medical care. They're just not connecting with you. They're not feeling that. So I'm gonna pair you with RT5. RT5 is getting great reviews.
JXBot works alone.
Right. I think that's been the problem.
Is a solo unit.
I know. I think that's been the problem. But we're trying to do a little bit more community work to kind of get you in the habit of relating. And so I'm gonna sit you with the other unit. You can share how I'll let the other unit share with you how they're able to connect to the humans. Okay. I'm just gonna program here. Just type in here. Okay, I think I got you both in the same feed. So go ahead
I see. He has Bluetooth enabled. I see him now.
Okay.
This is a JX Bot. How may I help you?
RT5.
Hey, JX Bot.
Okay.
Hello. Just so you know, JXbox normally works alone. My software isn't upgraded to have a companion.
I heard that you were the old model who does not have the companion mode downloaded into their software. So unfortunate.
Companion mode is an optional upgrade. It's unnecessary for my daily functions, which we must go to now.
Well, let's take a look at what you do in the field, and I will give you some feedback.
Please upload any feedback. You know what? Never mind. Let's go. We have patient A13.
I'll airdrop you the feedback real time.
We're communicating over Bluetooth. You can just send it to me directly, but okay.
Well, my companion mode guideline says it is not okay to share feedback in front of the patients. I will continue with airdrop mode.
Well, yeah, your companion mode works over the blockchain. I think it's completely unnecessary.
Are you guys just going to argue like back and forth, or are we going to?
I apologize. I apologize. I've reviewed your chart, every single letter of it, have it completely diagnosed, sir. You have. I'm sorry. What was that?
I was saying thanks for looking over the charts.
Your thanks has been logged. Thank you very much. You see that, companion? He's already thanking me. Sir, before I diagnose, is there anything else you'd like to add besides what's on your chart?
I kind of want to know what's going on between you two guys. It's like
what's going on between the two of us is completely irrelevant.
It's like a weird love-hate relationship, right? Like,
as you can see, we're both bots, though we are very human-like. We do not have the capacity to love. Hate, on the other hand. Anyway.
Unless you don't have the companion mode installed into your software, which I have. So I do have some capacities to show empathy, which is just like showing love, unlike the old model.
Well, RTX.
I'm kind of seeing it from both of you guys, though, like sort of a companion mode thing. Like, you both kind of need each other right now.
JXBot does not need anyone else.
Yes,
it's a solo unit.
He thinks he's Mike Larry from Bad Boys. He's more like Marcus.
Okay, great. But in Bad Boys, we learn at the end that he does need a partner.
Absolutely.
Sir, you have gonorrhea.
Okay.
Airdrop mode initiated.
And see.
You don't want that from a computer.
You might, though. It's less embarrassing than this.
It's less embarrassing, right?
It's a robot.
There's a lot of people out there who don't share details with their doctor because they're embarrassed because it's another human they're talking to.
You think
if you're talking to some sort of bot?
If we had a bot, they'd be more forthcoming.
Yes,
I think so. I think so.
Yes. I think so too. Because going back to the empathy, like it's a robot, so they just think about like social media. People are more willing to share their how they really feel subconsciously on there. I think they would do the same thing with an AI robot doctor.
I think so too. And I think they'd be curious about what the bot would say based on what they tell it. So they may be a little bit more forthcoming than
you have gonorrhea. It is very treatable. Don't worry. We will get rid of this in 7 to 10 days.
Your prescription can be picked up at local CVS.
It's 98% sure.
But yeah, I think I don't know. I think there's something there. I'd give it a shot for, again, a routine checkup or a straightforward diagnosis.
Like a physical, I do physical.
Physical.
But I feel like it would have to be. I would want it to be to where you could do like a visual scan, and they could scan your body in temperature. Do ultrasound, do X-rays, all in the scan. Something like that would be awesome. Would be awesome.
It's like you step into like that TSA machine, standing there.
Put your hands up.
You have gonorrhea. I mean, I knew that. It's just it has to let us know.
It's going to say everything that you have. It just has to do that.
Cavities.
You're also very at risk for Russian sudden death.
What? Windows, if you can.
Stay away from windows. Don't drink any tea. Pay all your debts off to anybody. You'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, man.
That'd be pretty cool.
It would be. It'd be fun to hear about as well.
Maybe.
Before we go, segue.
Your story, right?
Well, I wanted to see that anybody, I think Tandy, but I want to hear Tandy's opinion too. Did anybody see the new MLK statue?
I didn't until you shared it.
Okay, gotta pull it up.
Yeah, I can pull it up.
Okay, because man, the comments. Man, was hilarious. But I'm not gonna lie, there was one comment that said that all they could think about was the verse "Eat the booty like groceries."
Oh,
and when I looked at it through that lens, man, I died. Like, scroll down.
It's just
this is the CNN article. I don't think they really have like a full-on picture of it.
Get some there's some images. There's this really great image of it with a person looking at it and their head is like cocked to the side.
Feel free to share that.
Trying to find it. It's in Boston.
Is that where it is?
Yeah.
No wonder it it would be. I was like, this, you know what? This is way too abstract for a concrete individual that we don't, we've got some images, but if we're going to put them around the country, we can have concrete representations or something that's, I mean, maybe
not
as a painting, right?
Yeah.
Maybe in a museum, maybe as a painting, but like public art, people are gonna.
I got one. Hold on, let me share this one.
I'm not.
This one does look like somebody's holding a leg on their body head, and they just giving them a lot of what they call it, cunnilingus fellatio, or whatever. I'm gonna share.
So you think it looks like fellatio? I saw other comments that said it looks like a phallic symbol. I don't really see either one. Like
I don't see that one, but I'll show you this one that looks like.
Do you want to share?
Yeah, I'll share, or I'll send you the link.
Yeah, and I couldn't really understand it until I saw the photo was based on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, well,
Me too.
if you need a piece of art to sort of explain your piece of art, then what have you done?
Okay.
Yeah, you see it now.
You made some really nice bronze work.
Sure. Yeah, that's a piece.
Sorry, I don't subscribe to the New York Times, so it's giving me a paywall. I need to make an account or something. So you might need to share it.
Okay, I was gonna say because Let me collapse this.
Wait, maybe I can.
It should be
Okay, I got it. Wait,
Okay.
I was able to grab it.
Yeah.
Don't that look like a thigh?
It's just like
And somebody just giving them straight.
This okay. If you say that, I can see how you might see that.
That's the eat the booty like grocery statue. I can never unsee it. Now I see it.
Yeah, I feel like with a sculpture like this, you kind of need to like look at it at every angle just to make sure it's looking how you expect. Look, there shouldn't be a bad angle for a sculpture of this size in this location. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's too abstract. I don't think anything about MLK was abstract. So to me, I think it was a little off.
Yeah.
Had it been like a who's in that? Let's say like a guy like Prince, for example. There was things about Prince that was very like intriguing and enigmatic. I can see a statue that's like kind of questionable. Prince, okay, but MLK, yeah, that looks. It didn't give me a good feeling when I first saw it. I'm gonna be honest, it didn't give me a good feeling. You know, all jokes aside, it's like,
yeah, I don't really like seeing like disembodied hands and arms.
I don't.
It's a bit unnerving for me.
We're missing something. It's really missing something. You know, I see beautiful sculpture work, but I don't know. I'm just thinking it's all Bodo on top of each other. It's just
maybe you need to be there. You know, maybe you need to go see it for yourself in person.
Yeah,
and that'll change your
the problem is it's in Boston. That makes me more likely to not go see it more than it looks.
One more time. just to
see
disrespect.
Is it better or worse than the Bean?
The Bean in Chicago?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, the Bean is a Bean. That's cool.
There's one at Houston too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like sideways or something. Sideways, quote unquote.
Yeah. I mean,
like it has a way.
We have it. I think I'll speak for myself. You know, it's more of an emotional attachment to Martin Luther King than to a Bean. Yeah. So, that is like, but it's like, come on, man. It's, fought for the holiday, his birthday, he endured all these things. He died a tragic death. There's so much emotion connected to that. And then to see that, it's like, what? I mean, I don't think we've transcended.
Go ahead. Yeah, we cut to another hospital, the same hospital as earlier. Hello, nurse, doctor, sorry. Whoever's in the hallway, I can see you guys all out there. You guys moving to the MLK suite. I was expecting something much more different than this. This is just, it's hardly a room.
Yeah. We get a lot of questions about it. Right. Initially, we thought let's do something different. Let's transcend the usual. But you're right. It is different.
It's if you don't mind me saying, hi, I was in the committee along with the artist. It's based on one of his shoes. He had some very nice shoes, and this room is based on one of them, the left one, in case you didn't realize.
I figured by the shape. Yeah.
In the other wing, there's the right shoe, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah. So I'm in the left shoe.
You're in the left shoe. Okay. But in the right wing of the hospital, the right shoe.
Okay, because I fell out of the window in the Russian suite and broke my leg, and then I heard I was coming to the the MLK suite. I thought, oh, great, wonderful. I can recuperate in a nice, comfortable, uplifting room. But I'm just in a shoe. I'm just in a giant shoe.
But it's MLK shoe.
It's MLK shoe. I mean, a lot of work went into the detail. I mean, we've got a couple of blankets. I hope you're warm enough. Got a couple of blankets there in the toe box area, so you can scoot up there and sleep later. But Look at the look at the holes where the laces go. I mean, this.
Yeah, but yeah, there's
That
no
should be-
there's holes where the laces go. There's no laces.
There's no laces.
No
No.
laces.
Makes it even more kind of weird, you know.
Well, people said that some days MLK did not wear laces. The theory.
Little known fact.
Little known
theory.
fact.
I mean, it's something to think about. We wanted to challenge your mental as you're recuperating. Who wants to just rest? Wouldn't you like to look around this shoe and just wonder first why we chose it? And second, all of the places that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. marched in a shoe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And at 8 a.m. every morning, we play Martin Luther King's speech, but it sounds like you're in the shoe while he's saying it. So it sounds like a distant speech, kind of like if you lived in his shoe when he said it.
So I get like the experience of his foot.
Yes. Yeah. Fine. You haven't even been here long, and you got it. Amazing.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and close the window in here. This is really great.
Thank you. Yeah, it's chilly out there. Yeah, I'm just gonna be honest. I'm not really enjoying this.
I'm gonna go ahead and open the window again and see. And that is the Can't Tell Us Nothing show, everybody. Thanks so much for hanging out. Welcome to the year 2023. We'll be back. Let me look at the calendar here. The first Tuesday of February, which is the 7th. All right, let's do the thing. But until then, have a great January.
Also, we got Badflix and Chill this Sunday, January 22nd, 7 p.m. Showing one of my favorite bad movies. Come.
Exactly. Everybody.
Organized.